Hello everyone, welcome back to Kids Mind. My name is Andrew Mwangi from Smart Brains Kenya, and in today's episode we're going to continue delving into the world of Scratch. Keep your questions and comments coming in through the SMS line 21144 and at GBS TV Africa across all our social media platforms. Let's dive right in. Let's have a recap on what we did last time. Last time, we coded the ball sprite, which will be in our ping pong game. We coded that the ball should move around, and we also made it a little bit difficult by adding many angles and increasing the speed of the ball. In today's episode, we are going to be coding the paddle. We are going to add up the paddle sprite, and we are also going to add the line sprite, and we are also going to add the variable score. Let's add the paddle. So we'll choose a sprite, and the sprite will be paddle. We select paddle, and we wait for it to appear on the screen. Once it has appeared, we should place it down here with a y of negative 173. Now we will add the line sprite. So we will search line and ensure that the paddle is covering the line. So we can do this. With a y of 173. And so let's start by coding the paddle. When space key is pressed, you will have to set a score which will increase when the ball hits the paddle. But first we will have to set the score to 0 every time we press space. So we will go to our variables. We will make a variable and call it score. So now we'll highlight it over there, and we will drag the block set my variable to 0, and we will click on it and set score. So now it is set score to 0. Now we will need a forever block, and it should forever set x to mouse x, meaning that it will always follow the mouse when it moves left and right. So set x to mouse x. Mouse x is in sensing. Now let's see what we have coded. So now you can see that the paddle is following the mouse pointer. But now we have not coded how will the score increase or decrease. So that we will code in the ball. So when space key is pressed, forever, if we will use the if then. We will use the if then else and the if then. So we will add if then else. So forever, if touching the paddle, then what should happen? We change the score by 0.5. Score. We'll highlight score and change it to 0.5. Else, in the else, we will bring another if then block. Else, if then touching the line, If it is touching the line, what should happen? We change score by negative 0.5. Oops, change score. So now let's try what we have just created. So now when space key is pressed, it increases the score, but if we miss, we forgot to add change score by negative 0.5 so that it decreases like that. So now let's try. When we hit it, it increases by 0.5. Oops. But if we miss, let it come down. If we miss, it decreases by 0.5. Now let's recap everything that we have coded on our ping pong game. We have, last time we coded when space key is pressed, it should point in direction 90. So the space key, we got it from the events, and it should point in direction 90. And it should also turn 40 degrees so that it is not too easy to play. Now forever, what should it do? It should repeat 100 times. What should it repeat 100 times? It should move 10 steps, and if it's on the edge, it should bounce. If on edge bounce is very important, because when we are moving 10 steps, it might get stuck on the edge. So now if on edge bounce means that if it's stuck on the edge, it will bounce away. Now it should also turn 15 degrees, and it should repeat 100 times, move 15 steps, and if on edge, also bounce. Then it should turn 30 degrees, and what should it repeat 100 times? Move 30 steps, if on edge, bounce. So what we are simply doing here is, if you have noticed, this first repeat 100 times, we are moving 10 steps. Then we increase the speed. Now we are moving 15 steps. Then here we will move 30 steps. Let's see that in action. So we will move, right now it's moving 10 steps. Then it increases speed to 15 steps. Then it moves 30 steps. Now, when space key is pressed, what should it do? It should forever, if touching paddle, then it should change score by 0.5. Why? Because if the ball touches the paddle, we should increase score because that's our goal. We are supposed to ensure it does not touch the line. But what if it touches the line? If touching the line, then change the score by negative 0.5. So here we are reducing the amount of scores by 0.5. Let's come to the paddle's code. The paddle, once space key is pressed, we should always set score to 0. And forever, it should set X to mouse X. What does set X to mouse X mean? It means that it should always follow the mouse when it moves left and right. And X is simply a horizontal line, because if we were saying set X or set Y, Y would mean it moves up and down. That's all for today, friends. Thank you for remaining with us up to this moment. Don't forget to send your feedback and comments via our SMS line 21144 and at GBS TV Africa across all our social media platforms. My name is Andrew Mwangi from Smart Brains Kenya, and until next time, keep it safe and keep it locked. Keep imagining and keep creating with Scratch. Bye-bye, everyone.